16th of February 2025. I'm going to react to Raila Odinga's defeat in the African Union Commission seat. The election happened on Saturday, 15th of February 2025. And we all know that our man, Raila Odinga, was defeated. However, some people are not satisfied with the outcome, especially because of the political nature we have in our country. And maybe first of all, we are congratulating Djibouti's winner. It was his time and he deserves. And therefore, we look forward to seeing him making Africa great. I have four reasons. We have four reasons why Raila Odinga was defeated. We concede the defeat, but we lost transparently. We lost transparently, and therefore we are satisfied with the outcome of the election. Number one, Raila Odinga lost the seat in the last round because of his communist nature. Raila Odinga, from the beginning, has been a communist, and he believes that communism is an approach that changes the history of Kenya and the progress of Africa. And therefore, many countries in Africa, including our own Kenya, are actually capitalist, and therefore they are anti-communism. And Raila Odinga, being a communist, remember he studied in German, and his political development, his political structure has been figured by communism. And therefore, capitalist countries in Africa don't agree with his nature. Number two, we suspect that the anti-Anglophone countries as well did not vote for Raila Odinga. And number three, we have the history of religion. In Africa, we have three major religions, that is Islam and Christianity. Raila Odinga and Kenya, the majority of Kenyans are Christians, and Raila individually is a Christian. And therefore, Djibouti's candidate is a Muslim. And therefore, remember, Muslims and Christians, it is very rare for them to share a table. And we are therefore saying that Muslims backed their candidate and Christians backed Raila Odinga. But Muslims, in that case, have numbers. And number four, which is actually the main theme figured in this video, is, let me say, in my view and in my history as a keen student of political trends in Kenya, I am going to develop, or rather to share an insight on what we believe and what happened as occurs to Raila Amolo Odinga. This is affecting, in my view, his political career and his political development. Today in the morning, on Sunday 16th, Babu Owino, the Embakasi East legislator, took to his social media account saying that it was a long con. If you know, you know. And that is why, in my view, I am saying that Owino is wrong. Or maybe he's right. What we know is that our president Dr. William Samoei Ruto wholeheartedly supported Raila's bid. We know that he campaigned for him. We know that he did all what it takes to make Raila win the seat. But it is unfortunate that he did not secure a win. And this brings an attention of my political studies when we flash back what happened in the past and what is happening in the present. And maybe you'll agree with me that we don't judge history, but history judges us. Allow me to trace back the origin of Raila's curse that I just said some minutes ago. We know that Raila Odinga's father, that is Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, is termed as the father of opposition in Kenya. We know that he gave Mzee Jomo Kenyatta and Daniel Arap Moi sleepless nights. In 1966, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga resigned as the vice president to Jomo Kenyatta. He resigned and became an official opposition leader. Just like Raila Odinga. Remember, Raila Odinga has been a vibrant opposition leader in Kenya. Similarly, his father, Jaramogi, was also a vibrant political leader who was in the opposition side. From 1966, Jaramogi formed, or rather had several developments or anti-government developments whereby he was pursuing his political career, where he had a vision and a mission to become the president someday. And he also shaped, he molded Raila Odinga as well to be a future leader. But surprisingly, in the year 1992, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was the chairman to the Ford Kenya Party. And he held a delegates conference at City Stadium in the same year, that is 1992. Jaramogi had a mission, he had a vision, he had a commitment to unseat, or rather to fight Daniel Moi by then. So while he was addressing that Ford Kenya Party, then out of nowhere, Raila Odinga organized Rode Youth, Anti-Jaramogi Youth, Anti-Jaramogi movement. He mobilized youth, he organized them, and sent them to disrupt his father's event, that is at City Stadium. Jaramogi was very bitter. He was very angry. Jaramogi was actually could not believe what his son was doing to him. So this youth, organized by Raila Odinga, disrupted that event by heckling at Jaramogi while he was addressing that congregation as the party chairman. And according to the reports by Fairness News, published in 2017, I quote what Jaramogi Oginga Odinga told his son Raila Odinga, and I quote, "My son Amolo, remember, I have been struggling since independence. Even before you were born, I fought Jomo Kenyatta and I am fighting Daniel Arap Moi. Why do this? Jaramogi, out of his bitterness, he went ahead saying that, or rather telling Raila Odinga, his son, that my son, Amolo, I have been doing this. If your intention is to sink me down, if your intention is to sink me down, if for a takeover, I am trying to be the president, but you are halting my struggle, then you will also struggle until the sunset of your days to be the president, and you will never be. That is a curse that Jaramogi left to his son Raila Odinga. In Africa, or rather as far as African culture is concerned, then we all know that we have roots and we have history as Africans. And maybe most of us will not agree with me about what I have just said. When Jaramogi said that Raila Odinga will never be the president or will never hold any top position, then maybe some of us be like, it is not possible. But as far as African history is concerned, then we political students, we historians believe in traditional causes. And therefore, I'll say that Raila Odinga, I am saying that Raila Odinga can and will never be the president or hold any other top position like that of AUC. That is why in 1997 he tried the presidency, he failed, and he has been failing for ages. The same case in the succeeding years. Since 1997, the dream of Raila Odinga to be the president of this nation has perished. And he will continue perishing. Maybe my advice to Raila Odinga, if I was of his age, maybe he has to send some elders like Francis Atwoli to go and beg forgiveness from his father and do the traditional. That is why I said in the beginning, Babu Owino was wrong to say it was a long con. And additionally, some Kenyans are saying that Raila's loss is going to be a threat to the president. He is going to be a threat to the Kenya Kwanza government. He is going to be a threat to the Kenya Kwanza manifesto. He is going to be a threat to the Kenya Kwanza policies. And most importantly, he is going to be a threat ahead of the 2027 presidential race. Let me tell you, Raila Odinga is not a threat. And you will see this and you will tell me. Raila Odinga is not a threat and will not be a threat. And therefore, I predict that he will not be on ballot in the year 2027. And William Samuel Ruto will go for the second term. He will secure the second term and he will continue becoming the president with or without Raila Amolo Odinga.